Sis, are your ears ringing? Sis, are your lips burning? You know I gotta ask, because there are two things associated with burning ears and burning lips. Or shall I say ringing ears and burning lips? Yeah, I think that's it. Ringing ears and burning lips. You know what that is? Gossip. I said it. Gossip. So my real question, I guess, is, sis, is you being messy or is you being messy? I hope the answer is no. But let's talk about it, because gossip and messiness is destroying so many relationships on a personal level, on a business level, on a spiritual level. And it's about time that we dig into this thing. So let's get ready for today's topic. Are your ears ringing? Are your lips burning? Hey, and welcome to the Vanika Lewis Show. I am so excited that you are lending your ears to me for this short period of time. I believe that every day is another day to do life right. And that's exactly what we talk about here on this show. So buckle up your seatbelts and let's get ready to dig into another episode. So as we dig into today's topic, I have to be transparent and share an issue that happened with me with a couple of coworkers that I have befriended. An interesting thing is, one in particular I had gotten really close with. We would spend lunchtime together sometimes. We would touch base with each other throughout the day. But what I found is that she kept coming back to me, telling me about another coworker who would say stuff about me behind my back. And as our relationship grew, she would tell me about other people who would sometimes make comments about my work or comments about me. Over time, I had to begin to ask myself and eventually pose the question to her, why are so many people comfortable talking about me to you? What is it about you that makes them feel that they can talk about me to you if we supposed to be cool? Oh, come on. I know y'all have experienced this before. And when you have people like that in your life who are supposed to be your friends, but instead of them confirming with you how they have had your back and maybe combated negative things that people have said about you, they are only relaying the information. You have to ask yourself if they're a true friend. Like, what's really going on? And again, why are people so comfortable talking about me to you? That means that you're not defending my character, defending who I am. And essentially, then I got a problem with you. Now, why am I able to talk about this? Because gossip is something that is not just talked about from a worldly perspective. Is actually mentioned biblically. There is one point where the church of Corinth in the Bible was being addressed in 2 Corinthians, and a question was posed to them like, man, what's going on with y'all? You know, I'm concerned about the quarreling, about the jealousy, about the anger, the hostility, the slander, the gossip, the conceit, and the disorder. And it was because when you have those things happening, especially at a high rate amongst a group of people, then it tells you that, one, not only are they not spiritually where they need to be, but there's a whole bunch of unnecessary mess popping off because people are gossiping. Gossiping. It is a sin that we don't like to talk about. We talk about sexual immorality. We talk about alcohol and drugs. We talk about murder. We talk about stealing, especially when it comes to people not paying tithes and offering. But we don't talk about gossip. And it is something that runs rampant and is continuing to kill relationships. So what I learned to do, you know what I learned to do? Confront it and dead it straight up. This where the ratchet side of me come out a little bit. I'm like, hey, so check this out. We supposed to be cool. What's going on? Why are you allowing people to come to you with negativity? Why are you allowing people to take up your space talking about other people? Do you correct them? Do you tell them to come and talk to me if they have a problem? Because that's also biblical, that if we have a problem with somebody, that we're supposed to go to them directly. If it isn't resolved, then we're supposed to take another brother or sister as a third set of eyes and ears to come in with the outside perspective and hear the issue. And if that doesn't work, then we're supposed to take it before our leaders. So having the maturity to be able to talk to somebody directly about a problem that you have is also a sign of mature spirituality. And the other sign of that is also not allowing people to take up space talking about other people to you. So when I say, are your lips burning? My question to you is, do you find yourself talking about people unnecessarily? Do you find yourself saying things, negative things about people, things that assassinate their character without having the boldness to say it to them directly? Or trying to have a mature conversation that could potentially find resolution between you and that person? If so, then I need you, sis, to do a soul check. Because there is another saying that I love: loose lips sink ships. What y'all know about that? Loose lips sink ships means they kill relationships. And so you have to have the maturity to be able to confront things head on. If you got a problem with somebody, if there's something that they did, if there's something that they said, there's something that they don't care for, don't go running your mouth about it to a whole bunch of other people. Go directly to that person and have a conversation with them about it, or hold your mule. Be quiet about it until the time comes where you can have the conversation with the person directly. But what you shouldn't be doing is gossiping about it. And then when I ask, are your ears ringing? Are you the person who people always come to gossip? Are you the person who knows the dirt about every little thing? You think you winning because you got all the details, you got all the juice, you know everything going on with everybody. But then you have to ask yourself, why are people so comfortable coming to me with mess? What is it about me that makes them feel comfortable coming and dumping their mess on me? And you may think that you're doing them a favor by giving them a safe space, but their safe space should be with God. If they have an issue with somebody, if there's something troubling with them, they should be able to pray about it. They shouldn't have to come to you and dump it. So, sis, if you're the one whose ears are always open for gossip and mess, you need to really search deep within yourself and say, why do I allow people to bring those things to me? What is it about me that is attracting their negativity? And why am I not able to redirect them to go have the conversation with the person that they actually have an issue with? And you need to figure that out. The other thing I want to address is maybe you aren't the one that's always hearing gossip, and maybe you aren't the one gossiping, but you have people around you who are like that. My encouragement to you today is cut them off now. Nip it in the bud, period. Because it will do more harm to you than help to you. If they love you, if they cherish you, if they care about you, they won't gossip about you, talk about you behind your back, or allow other people to do it either. Gossip is a sin. It is unhealthy, and it kills relationships personally, in business, and spiritually. Because the reality is, if we want to call each other sis for real, then we need to be mature enough where we understand how to confront conflict right away with one another. We need to know how to build each other up. We need to know how to support each other. We need to know how to help encourage other relationships to grow. And if we're gossiping, we aren't doing that. So I don't know who this is for today, who's listening to this, who maybe have some people in your circle who've been running their mouth, or who's been taking mess into their ears and kind of cycling it back to you, but you need to cut them off. Or maybe you're the one that's gossiping or listening to it. And I'm going to pray for you in hopes that you can identify what it is within you that has been allowing that to happen, and that you are able to seek God and ask him to remove that thing from you. You know why? Because I believe that you're better than that. You better than that, straight up. And I believe that you are able to use the power of your words and of your mouth and of the conversations that you have to build people up versus tear them down. It's the sin that we don't talk about often, but it is rampant and it needs to be addressed. And that's gossip. So make sure that your ears aren't ringing and that your lips are not stinging, partaking in the sin that kills relationships. Faith friends, guess what? We are international with the Vanika Lewis Show. That's right. You heard it. We've broken beyond the borders of the U.S. and gotten into other countries around the world. I'm so excited because my mission is to help change lives by motivating people just to want to do life better. And I'm able to do that through this podcast. Guess what? You can join me on the mission and be a part of this life-changing podcast around the world by simply donating $4.99 a month to help me make sure that I can get my words of encouragement into the ears of people who need it. How do you do that? By simply selecting the donate button located on the homepage of the Anchor website. So simply go to anchor.com, look up the Vanika Lewis Show, and hit the donate button. I'm so excited about the doors that God is opening for me to fulfill my purpose in helping others do life better. And I'm grateful to have people like you come alongside me so we can do this thing together. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. If you want to find out more about who I am, check me out online at www.vanikalewis.com. And if this segment was good to you, it's going to be good to your friends. Make sure you share it with them. Also, make sure you subscribe so that you get access to episodes as soon as they're released. You want to be the first to get the newest releases from the Vanika Lewis Show. I can't wait to continue talking with you about a new day and a new opportunity to do life right. Until next time, take care. Bye.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.